So the other day I went and put best-selling books and some of my personal favorites in little free libraries all across town. While I was looking for those at half-price books, I stumbled across some manga, and I thought it would be really cool to do a version of this video where I put manga in little free libraries. So I went and got some of my favorite anime's manga. I haven't actually read a lot of these, but I have watched the anime, and unlike other forms of media out there, manga to anime adaptations are typically very exact, but I thought it would be fun to share some of these stories with other people who maybe haven't been able to experience them yet. This first stop here, this one's actually located at a church. The painting on the little free library is super cute, the little polka dots. I love when people put effort into their little free libraries. I just think it's really cute and fun. I'm gonna be putting Spy Family in this one. I just feel like it's a really cute, wholesome story. This is the very first manga I ever read, and I just really loved it immediately. Very family oriented. There's a lot of miscommunication, but in a funny way, and you can just kind of learn about people who are opening themselves up to family and their emotions, and I just feel like it's a great story. If you're very brand new to manga and you haven't read anything before, or if you're new to anime, give Spy Family a try. You'll probably like it. First manga is done, on to the next. It's also kind of a hot day today. Oh my gosh. So for the next little free library, I have Attack on Titan and The Dangers in My Heart. I'm wearing an Attack shirt right now. Well, Attack is considered by a lot of people as one of the greatest anime of all time. I can see why a lot of people say that. This is an incredible story. Isayama is a master at his craft because so many layers in the story, so many questions you have early on that get answered seasons later, but it's not like a boring time to get to the answers. Like, it's entertaining throughout. It's just so good. This is gonna sound random, but if you like Star Wars, then give Attack on Titan a try. It's not a sci-fi. It doesn't take place in space or anything like that, but the protagonist in Attack on Titan has a lot of similarities to a certain very popular character in Star Wars. I'm not gonna go into more than that because I don't want to spoil. I actually read the first volume of this one when I was doing my reading manga for 24 hours challenge, and I really enjoyed it. This one is described as a rom-com with a dark side. So there's basically this guy who has serial killer tendencies. It sounds kind of weird, but it's in a humorous way, and I remember laughing out loud a lot during this one. Is this a manga? Oh, I thought it was. It's not. Never mind. It seems like it's majority kids books. I mean, these are fine. I hope. I mean, Attack on Titan does have some graphic stuff. But I think it's okay. For the next one, I have Demon Slayer, Mob Psycho 100, and The Seven Deadly Sins. Demon Slayer is very popular. I feel like people who don't even really know about anime probably know about Demon Slayer. If you don't know what Demon Slayer is, the title probably sounds kind of intense. The demons in Demon Slayer are kind of more like vampires, honestly, and I don't know if that's like a weird thing to say or controversial or anything, but they are. And Tanjiro, the main character, is one of the most wholesome, understanding, compassionate main characters there are. This entire anime and manga makes you feel for the villains almost, and you kind of see people. Oh my god, there's like a yellow jacket. It's following you. It's following you. Is it back? It makes you feel for these characters, for the ones that you're supposed to be rooting against, but you don't. It's just very good. The animation in the anime is gorgeous and beautiful. Mob Psycho 100. So this is one that I feel like a lot of people know about, but it's also kind of an underrated one. Mob is a middle school boy. He is an outcast. He struggles with talking about his emotions. He keeps a lot of things bottled up. He also has like telekinetic powers, but he struggles with keeping things in and not letting it out, and it at some points it bottles up and it just becomes like an explosion of things. You're gonna laugh and you're gonna cry. It's so good. So 7 Deadly Sins, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about this one. I got this one solely because I was doing the 24-hour reading manga challenge and I wanted to get an extra one just in case I ran out of manga during that challenge. I didn't end up needing it. I've heard of this one, so that's why I got it, but I don't really know what it's about. Kind of just been sitting on my shelf not doing anything. I don't really have plans to read it anytime soon, so I just feel like somebody else might find more value in it. So for the next one we have Rent a Girlfriend. I actually have 4 volumes of this. I did really love this one. This one is kind of a controversial one in the whole manga anime community. A lot of people don't like it, and I can see why. I understand why. The main character is kind of annoying at first. I feel like he does grow as a person thanks to one of the other main characters, Mizuhara. She helps him a lot. But this also does have a lot of ecchi elements, aka fan service. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of sexual, honestly. I feel like I can forgive it if the storyline's really good surrounding it. If not, then whatever. This one does have a little bit of it, so if you're kind of don't really like reading stuff like that, I would avoid it. The anime tones it down a lot. Typically, animes will tone down a lot of that stuff. I don't feel like it's that bad though, personally. I feel like it's cute. If you're in the mood for something kind of like a romantic element, like a rom-com type, this would be a great one for you. I really enjoyed it. Outlander. All right, this one is pretty full. I think I'm just gonna tuck these right on top. So for our final stop of the day, I have Kaguya Sama, Full Metal Alchemist, and A Life Turned Upside Down, My Dad's an Alcoholic. So for Kaguya, so I just talked about Rent a Girlfriend. If you want a rom-com that does not have really much elements of etchiness or fan service at all, this would be a great option for you. It's kind of a battle of wits, but a rom-com. And I know that sounds weird, but it is. And basically, the 2 main characters they both like each other, and it's really obvious, but they're both trying to get each other to admit that they like each other first. So the next one I have is A Life Turned Upside Down, My Dad's an Alcoholic. It's not a joke at all. Her dad was really an alcoholic. This was about her actual life, and it made me cry. It was really sad. It was profound, just about addiction, about living with somebody who has an addiction, and just kind of her coming to terms with it. I've never heard anybody talk about this one. I feel like it does deserve more recognition. It was really good, a quick read. Some might say that I saved the best for last. This is my husband Anthony's favorite anime of all time. Unlike what I said earlier about adaptations being pretty faithful to the original source material, this one actually has 2 anime adaptations. It has Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Most people would recommend you watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because it is more faithful to the actual manga, but Full Metal Alchemist was created before the manga was finished, so they kind of did their own thing. A lot of people say it's still really good, it's just not what the manga is. This one has a ton of political drama, really good political drama. There's so many strong characters, there's so many strong female characters. This manga / anime has one of my favorite female anime characters of all time, Olivia Armstrong. You'll know her when you see her. This is actually written by a woman, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot of super popular ones written by a woman, and she did an incredible job. I love it so much. You kind of dive into family relationships and lack of relationships, and kind of getting past things that have happened to you in your past, dealing with guilt, like literally anything that could happen to people. They talk about this in different ways. If anything, just try Full Metal Alchemist out. So I really love making videos like this. I love going to see different little free libraries, just exploring the city, putting different books in there and manga today, just things that people probably wouldn't think to read. I don't know, there's like something really fun about sharing things that you love Even if you don't know who's gonna read it one day, even if you don't know if somebody ever will pick it up, but just like the thought of sharing your favorite stories is just so fun, and I just love that feeling so much. I'm definitely looking forward to making more videos like this. Let me know if you like them. Also, check out my Patreon for in-depth book reviews, and I will see you in the next one. That's stupid. Atlanta Falcons. That's really random.